Is it?
Hello, welcome to the K-Bye Podcast, a podcast that you're gonna listen to feel better about yourself because we don't really know shit, but we're working on it.
Okay, hi.
Hey, hi, Laura.
Hi.
How's it going? We're back again.
We better say hi to that one viewer out there.
Thanks, viewer number one,
Number
for watching
one.
us. And
Yeah. No.
I think it's my mom. Hi, Mom.
We know it's mine.
We know Laura's mom's
not
not.
that
No offense. If she is watching, thank you for watching. Episode 14.
I thought that was way more funny than it was.
But
Sorry,
to
episode
you,
14.
spent some time thinking about it, obviously. Episode 14, we took a week off.
Because I turned 21.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, you needed a week to celebrate.
Yeah.
Milk
yeah.
that hangover.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, actually,
You didn't. Would you really? Do you tell people?
What I did?
How old you
I'm
are?
39. Years young.
You got big plans for next year?
For 40?
What's your wish?
Italy?
Girls trip
Yeah, girls trip to Italy.
or a husband trip?
He can take me to Italy
Both.
also.
Twice to Italy.
I'll go to London once and then no, I want to go back to Europe, but we'll see how that goes.
Well, yeah. 2021, we should be good, right? What are your we're wedding industry, so
Yeah.
I'm feeling like 2021 is gonna be great.
It's gonna be super. Anyway,
Yeah. Anyway, moving on to future casts since
Yeah.
nobody knows anything.
so yeah, we got together for my birthday with my
With some
friends.
girlfriends?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we got a crazy cake. You
Mhm.
girls got me a crazy
Yep.
cake.
Do you guys know Leslie from DJ 3 Layer Cake? If you don't, look
Check
her up.
and look on my. Well, maybe it's not posted anymore. I don't know if I highlighted the cake I got. I had Lay's potato chips on the top, like drenched in caramel, and like
Butter
caramel
cake.
buttercream and butter cake and freaking amazing.
Many layers of
Yeah,
deliciousness.
so,
and people
yeah.
kind of go nuts for it because design-wise, she's
Yeah,
amazing.
she's-
But flavor is for real.
But
It's
then you
all
got it
good.
for Ollie's this weekend.
Yes, and my big girl, my eldest, turned 13, which was,
She's a quarantine.
yeah. And if any of you guys know her, that's totally preposterous. There's no possible way that she's 13.
Oh, I think she's been 13.
I know. I think I know when she's finally like 52, she'll
Yeah.
be like, finally,
Yeah,
at the
I
age
caught
I've always.
up.
She's just a real
I can
old
wear
soul.
these Tory Burch flats in peace.
I think she'll be like a sneaker for life, but yeah, she is a mature old soul.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, and you guys are same astrological sign.
Taurus?
Oh, no.
I'm on the cusp of Taurus.
Oh,
She's
you
the next
are
one.
Gemini.
Yeah.
Oh. I was seeing some similarities, but
Well, I'm on the cusp. So I have
you're
some
somewhere in
Gemini.
there. Yeah. The day.
Yeah, I think it's the last one, the 19th.
Okay.
It's the last
So
day.
you
of
get a
Taurus
little
season.
of both.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they say. I don't really
Lucky
know.
you.
That's Rachel.
Yeah.
Speaking
Oh.
of, yeah, our guest, Rachel.
If any of
coming
you
up.
tuned into number one live,
Yeah.
Rachel Corpus was on, who is an angel communicator and psychic medium. Yes. Sorry. Angel communicator and
Yeah,
psychic
you said it right.
medium.
Yes.
Well, I did at first. And then, so Rachel is number one, just an amazing human, just in and of
Yeah.
itself. And then she has this amazing ability that kind of blew us away. And Laura had quite a reading. And so today we are bringing on one of our favorites, actually live in the studio, Maggie.
Margaret Goldhammer.
hmm And if you guys know that our intro, Maggie has a honey voice, works for Laura. She's a designer. She's a henna artist.
Yeah.
So you'll see her at festivals doing amazing henna.
Not this summer.
Not this summer, but
But
always has.
she will take house calls. We'll drop
talk
her-
about all that, yeah.
She is still doing henna.
So Maggie has, she would like to get in touch with someone. And so we thought Maggie, number one, is great to talk to and have on the show. But I'm excited to get her and Rachel together.
Me
so.
too. I cannot wait because I hope it's the same result I had, which was some
Your dad-
resolve.
yeah.
And, like,
Bruce really came through.
yeah, I felt like I got a big hug from him, which obviously I haven't had for a long time.
I
so
know.
I hope that happens for her.
Oh God. Well, if anybody knows me, I'm just a crier in general.
I know
and
I'm
this is not
preparing
gonna go.
myself.
This isn't probably gonna go well. So just get ready.
Yeah.
Let's also talk about today who the show is brought to you by.
Oh, are we
Oh.
doing that? We have 10 minutes.
Oh, do we?
Yeah.
Oh, we could just say it and then come back to it.
But that we have to get. There's a whole thing.
Oh, there's a whole thing.
Yeah.
This is why I'm just here with my coffee. Let's just keep her going. Okay,
So
let's talk about Memorial Day weekend. Aren't you glad I came?
What did
Maybe
you
Maggie
do?
should just sit in.
She can at least read the
I
notes.
just get excited.
It's only
We,
9:05.
I know. Oh, is I think it's like, you try to clip along, and I'm a talker.
Yeah.
And I'm always afraid I'm just gonna not stop.
Yeah, I'll stop you.
Okay.
You'll stop me. I'll stop you.
Oh, you don't need stopped, girl. It's me.
What'd you do for Memorial Day?
Well, so Ollie's birthday is on the 24th,
Mm-hmm.
and so that was Sunday. So then we got this extra day to celebrate, and just be at home. But we did Ollie's birthday, which I, being a party planner, am very well connected, cake wise.
Yeah.
We did a balloon installation on the outside of the house.
Yeah.
So I feel like quarantine brought about a lot of like yard and house
Sure,
adornments,
sure.
right?
Yeah,
So you can
yeah.
get excited in the neighborhood. And Megan, my balloon friend right now is, I don't know. I mean, I don't know Megan
Balloon
personally, but
friend.
a lot
No,
of
we all
my
have
friends
one.
do, and a lot of my clients
Oh,
do.
okay.
But Megan Blount is, she works at Joseph's. She has like a wedding life. She worked at Schaefer's,
Oh.
West Glen, back in the day. And then she went to work at Joseph's, but she has since started messing with balloons. And there's a big, huge hole in the market for balloons in Des Moines because Nobby's is gone. And so balloons are right now. People like balloons.
Yeah, the
And
installs. So you
yeah.
had that, and
so
that
we
was
had the
cute.
install, and she came by, and I want you guys to see if you're interested in doing an installation. Ollie's is on her Instagram, but she's MB_Des Moines. That's her Instagram handle. So check her out. And so we did that, and people slow driving, but we have a dead end. People heard about it driving by. Oh, did you do? Hey, I heard your part. People get excited about
Yeah,
it.
well,
They
there's
just
nothing else going on, so
that's
might as well.
yeah. And Ollie was excited, and it was
Good.
cute and rainbowy, which matched the sprinkles on the cake. And I like a theme.
Yeah.
So
fun.
yeah, so that was kind of how then we had a social distancing family gathering on Sunday.
Yeah, kind of like a
Progressive almost.
yeah, like
So we
that
just
word.
did things on the grill because my grandparents are close to 90 and I'm mostly concerned about them. So they came early. And then for that short window, which was weird and I didn't want them to leave. But I think it was kind of nice. We got them to ourselves.
Yeah.
And then the other parts of family would come and we'd make them fresh burger on so fun for them and us, but also a lot of work because you get a lot of grilling, constant grilling for Eric and pulling out new salads and I don't know, but
a buffet.
it was really fun though, especially after not having anything for a while.
Yeah.
And you got a little dose of normal at the
Yeah,
lake.
I got to see my mom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I went to the lake. Our whole family went. Well,
Yeah.
not our whole family. My family, and then my sister went to the lake and got
You
to
went
see
down
her.
stayed 2 nights, or
I went down on Friday. Brett came Saturday. So we spent 3 days in the sun. It was actually a really great weekend. We did lots of boating, booze cruising, and just hanging out and doing lots of baking and laughing.
I think that's going to be a fun thing about the summer because you can do that kind of stuff, really.
Well, my mom, we obviously left it up to her if she wanted us to come or not. And she said absolutely yes because she lives
know.
alone. So
Moms are tired
yeah,
of waiting around.
yeah. And it's just like she wanted to see, I'm sure she
Grandkids.
wanted to see me, but she saw, grandkids. So
Yeah,
it was
I think it's pretty important that I think it's part of my mom always says, and I feel like my grandparents, the reason they are so young and active is because they do get to see and go and do, and that's rough because
Yeah.
it's been tough on everybody,
Yeah.
but I feel like even more isolating when you're retired
Yeah.
or doing nothing or you're used to running and
Right.
playing bridge and doing all those things.
Right.
So
Uh-huh.
yeah.
So that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, good. Well, all right. So where are we here?
Oh, I don't know.
Just kidding.
9:10. Yeah. Well, another thing we should mention is the peony season.
Oh, girl, it is peony season.
So check out her Instagram and then go to wildflowerdsm.com to order them. And she has
Yeah,
two
you can
different
have
packages.
you can have just peonies on their own in 2 different sizes. Also, you could call us and make a wrap to come and pick up at the shop if you want. And we are getting so I already had people, because I said if you sell them, we want them. I got people down the road that are like, I got in my backyard. Please come and.
Oh, that's nice.
Amazing, yeah, quite a margin on those, wouldn't it? I'm just
Okay.
kidding. I don't feel right about it. People down the road, I'm like, well, how many bushes do you have? I was speaking about farmers or people that grew a lot of them. And they're like, no, just come and we'd love to share. And I thought it was really
I thought
sweet.
That's so nice.
It is nice. And then you're getting a lot of
I love
variety and
that
colors.
much. There's not that in t-shirts, I'll tell you that.
I know, people
Speaking
would.
of, guess what?
What?
I've owned the Vinyl Studio for 2 years.
Is it
It's
May?
like in 2 days. Yeah.
Oh, I wish, I don't know the exact day,
So
but
do
mine's
we.
close. Yeah.
Do we light the candles or just burn the cake? I don't know.
Let's just burn the whole place down while we're at it. Jeez. It's such a cute business and you really nailed it.
Oh, but it's been a freaking journey.
Well,
Anyway,
I think it's a testament to just buy another thing and let's make that cool too.
happy anniversary to me.
I know. Happy anniversary.
I'm just kidding.
I love it and I get excited.
I love
and
it
I
now,
want
too,
people I want people to hire you guys for social media management and website making.
Yeah.
Because guess what?
It works.
It
you
does
sons
work.
and
Well, people need to understand, and maybe we need to do a little PSA about what kind of value it can bring to your business with the numbers, with the facts. Show them mine.
Yeah. Well,
It's been all,
I hate to say numbers because it's not the same for all industries. You got a pretty product, which helps, but
well,
you know,
it's
like
true.
sell
But I
car
mean,
tires.
but what it would have, yeah, and then this time has been very strange,
Yeah.
but I know I kind of wish we could have started on a regular,
I know,
so
just
that
to
you could have
see.
seen.
But
Yeah.
we'll still see. We'll still see.
Yeah,
Lord.
I think it's awesome, and you guys really know, your stuff.
We
and
do.
The
I
vibe
do,
is
not to toot
awesome.
my own horn, but toot toot.
Toot toot, you
Yeah.
do know.
Well, I have a lot of creatives around me that help me.
Collaboration is key, don't you think? Really,
And they
leads you
come
to
up
the
with
right-
things, bounce them off me, vice versa, and it's just good to have opinions of people you trust in the shop.
Mhm.
So right at my fingertips, and that makes it really a lot easier.
Well, it's pretty rewarding when you can say, as a team, we built this.
yeah.
This
yeah.
we helped a brand build their brand.
Oh, for sure. I did not do this by myself. That's 100% correct.
But when you're not here, she says that it's all her.
Okay.
Maggie's
Let's.
behind. So just telling
Okay.
her the truth is
Why
all.
don't you talk about who sponsored us this?
Guys,
Okay.
I know. So it's this show tonight is brought to you by Allie Williams and Keaton Pulver, the real estate group, and friends of ours, obviously in the neighborhood. I'm a poster child for using a real estate agent, and these girls are amazing. So I'm gonna read some bullet points here for.
Is the
Allie and
advertisement on the screen? Just want to
I
make
see
sure
it
is.
there.
I know, but I don't know
Oh.
if that's the one that's on.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Anyway, sorry to interrupt.
Well, I can be reading it while we get it all
We gotta do
going.
some shuffling.
Okay, so Allie and Keaton specialize in residential real estate across the Des Moines metro and surrounding areas. There is really no area or price point that they don't cover. Thinking about building, we can help with that too. Past clients have referred to us as their new construction concierge. We help walk you through all of the steps of building a new home, and and we are there as a second set of eyes and ears, taking notes throughout the process. Remember, it doesn't cost a buyer anything to have a real estate professional representing them to buy a home, which is something you don't remember.
No.
And so I think people sometimes almost try to avoid.
Right.
And I think, are you kidding? Don't
Yeah.
you need help with?
It's valuable advice. to
Yes,
have.
and to have
another
someone who does it every day instead of
Right.
you doing it once every 20 years.
Right.
Okay, so we are there looking out for your best interest and working on your behalf, showcasing homes. We are taking all precautions regarding COVID. We have a lot of new and creative ways we are showcasing homes both on the buying and selling side. You get 2 realtors for the price of 1 with their team. They can be legit. They can legit be in 2 places at the same time, which has come in handy in this crazy fast moving spring market.
Yeah, it's been a crazy market.
Yeah, and I think having 2 people working for you means that you can get someone all the time.
Yeah.
Whether you need paperwork or whether you need one of them to be there, it's obvious. It's 2 for the price of 1.
Yeah.
So-
and 2 very knowledgeable, experienced,
Amazing,
Realtors.
hardworking women. Yeah.
lovely
So
girls.
and bottom line, they say that they really love what they do, which is totally true.
You
You
can
hang
tell.
out with them, they
they're
know their
passionate.
business. Yeah. Contact info. We've got it
Well, it's on the
here.
screen, and then it's
Phone numbers. Do you want to do that? Do you want to do phone numbers here? Okay, so if you want to contact Allie, it's area code 312-550-8731. And Keaton is 214-769-2368. So if you're thinking about buying and interest rates are so low right now, you should go on and do it and
Oh,
call one of
yeah.
these girls to get you to help.
And they
yeah,
have
get
some
them.
really good listings, and they'll also work with, listings that aren't their own. And I just feel like it's hard to know about real estate and the ins and outs of it. Well, you know what? I was a real estate minor in college.
Is that right?
I was. It was my first job before I got that job at JLo. I had a job in Des Moines as a real estate agent.
Before she worked
I
for
would give Allie a
JLo,
run
for
run
Jennifer
money.
Lopez, which if you guys go back and listen to who we are on the K-By podcast recorded version.
Well,
yeah.
the dust up episode 1.
It was only like 4 months ago. No, it was
A year.
a year we've been doing it. Yeah. So first job was, did you take the test and do the whole thing?
I didn't take the test, but I graduated and then got that job at Right
Right,
at the same
because
time.
you
I was
were
like,
gonna take the test, but you went to
was.
NYC.
yeah.
The first plane out of there with your Mountain Dew and your Shock Tarts or whatever it was.
Vodka.
Vodka.
Shock Tarts.
Okay,
vodka, same.
okay.
Probably had some Shock Tarts as
Probably
well.
put them in the vodka.
Yeah. So that's the Allie and Keaton story. So if you guys are interested, please reach out to them. They're amazing. and
They're
do a
way
great
more
job.
knowledgeable than I.
Absolutely. That is for sure, without saying. Okay, so now's time.
Yeah.
We're gonna introduce Maggie.
Well, let's talk about Maggie first, and then we'll zoom Rachel in here in a minute. So this is.
It's so weird if people talk about you when you're here, but give me all the compliments. I'm ready.
So Maggie works with me at the Vinyl Studio by Invitation Only. She really runs by Invitation Only's day to day. So she's a doll.
And graphic designer.
Yep, graphic designer. What I felt like I wrote notes about you, but I didn't. So just tell me about
You
yourself.
see me every day.
Maggie, when was your
Don't
first
you know
day? What was your
more?
first day at the Vinyl Studio?
When?
March of 19.
Yeah, I worked there for over a year.
Holy cow!
Seems like a lot longer.
Oh, over 360. It seems like longer. Yeah.
On the 1 year, she's like, "That's not right." I'm like, "I looked on the email. That's right." She's like, "It's been longer." I was like, "See, you didn't read my
That's
resume
wonder even.
either."
Lucky
So
girl.
I know. I
Makes
think as a
sense.
business owner, it's like it's just like having a baby almost. What is it? The
Oh, I feel
days
like
are
they're
long,
totally
but the
my
years
kids.
are short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like whenever somebody says anything, she's like, "You went to Iowa Community College." I was like, "No, I didn't. I went to." She
don't
doesn't
read
know. She didn't remember anything.
She was so excited though when she
She
found you.
didn't
I remember.
care.
She was like, Maya, I think unicorn. I've got a unicorn here.
And now we sit next to each other and bug each other all day.
Yeah. So good.
But Maggie does henna, like you mentioned, and she has a really big following, especially on Instagram. Well, and like people look for you at the fairs and such.
Yeah, 7 years strong.
I did one, man, that thing was on. I did one on my
about got
hand.
full
Oh, that
hand
was
tat.
fun.
A really fun.
That was way fun.
Well, and then it was like, I got used to it. When it started to go away, I was like, I need it back. Like,
Yeah, I
you kind of
get
get,
that.
like, where you want it back.
But she-
you know?
My claw.
Maggie can come to your home if you're not
Yeah.
a serial killer, and she'll mask up, she'll glove
Well, I
up.
mean, if
Everybody
everyone has
needs
a
henna.
price,
Everybody
and
needs-
like,
Everybody
I'm
needs
available.
design.
She's definitely told me some stories about some scabs and stuff that she's.
Oh,
I have, yeah.
like
I probably tell
scab?
my boss
Yeah.
a lot more than I should.
Well,
Okay.
you, but
Sometimes
so
I
you
forget.
you do henna house calls, but tell us like your favorite because you do different photo. People want to have their pictures taken
Yeah,
and they'll want
photo
to be
shoots are
adorned
a
for
lot of fun. Yeah,
and pregnant women,
tons of those.
baby bellies.
Lots of like scar covers.
Hey,
A lot of people who are like trying to get good with their body. You know, I do,
Comfortable with
I
their-
do everything.
yeah,
I'll do
I know.
whatever. I don't care.
I did some hand, and then you had flowers and like
Yeah.
the gold leaf. I
Yeah,
loved it.
I was
Yeah,
really
that's a
searching on that
vibe.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Went pretty hard on the Instagram for that.
I love it.
Do it for the gram, girl.
You gotta do it for the gram.
Okay, are you
Always
ready?
for the gram.
Yes.
So, well, can we preface this at all? So Maggie
she
hasn't ever
doesn't
met
want to
Rachel. No, we won't
Oh, okay.
preface. I just
Yeah,
mean,
I just
been
had
read.
one weird psychic experience, and that was it.
The lady, like upon closing, said that the FBI was in search of her.
It was
and she-
after her.
Yeah, and she had gotten
after you.
No,
after the
after-
psychic lady.
Oh,
but
I
she
see.
clearly
'cause
was
she'd
not
been-
a psychic because
Yeah.
she said some very negative things to Maggie, which I feel like a caring Rachel Corpus is never
Real
going to tell
weird.
you that.
Oh no. And
Yeah.
I think that there's good and bad everything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
but she
there's
like
probably some-
changed her whole persona and was like, "Call me at this number because the FBI has tapped my phone." And I was like, "I'm not coming back, but
all
I'm
right.
taking your card."
You know, she ruined some things for Maggie. So
It was weird.
Oh no.
this will be a
This is
completely positive experience.
Yeah, I'm excited.
This is like I need to check into talking to Rachel I feel like on a quarterly basis
yeah.
because I feel so inspired always.
I know.
yeah,
so I think
I'm
it's gonna be-
excited.
I think it's going to be great. And everybody that has watched this mostly remembers Rachel and your reading. So I
Yeah.
think this will be,
This will be good.
I'm excited.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
And I can't wait to see her.
Okay,
so it's
let's-
headphones time.
Let's go.
It's like we're gaming.
What'd you say?
Like we're gaming.
Oh,
I'm like, I'm ready.
Children. Do I have this wrong?
I would ruin
think it's
any
right.
game.
Maybe I just have it. Oh,
So,
You good,
all right.
sis?
So is she pulled up here on?
nope. I gotta get.
Can I hear? I can't hear. Don't know if I.
Am I supposed to be able to?
I can hear now.
Can
Thank
hear
you.
what?
I didn't turn it on.
Hi. Hi. Let's
Hi,
see.
everybody. How are you?
Good. How are
Good.
you?
Good. So my first question is, if you do henna, like I am so pale that my skin is fluorescent. Like I glow.
Same.
Could you just put henna over my whole body?
Oh yeah.
A really long-term self tanner.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
That'd be so
We
Right.
could
great.
totally
on that.
figure something out.
I think you guys could make a
Okay.
trade.
Oh, for sure.
I would love that.
Okay, so
I'm
Rachel.
just
Oh,
so
go.
I'm so happy to see you. all.
Rachel,
Yeah,
I
so good to
love
see
when you're
you.
here. And we've gotten so much
Thank
good
you.
feedback. And hopefully people contacted you for appointments because it's
Yeah,
all
thanks.
that's all I heard of all that week and beyond. And still people that are like amazing. And I'm like, that's like every single time
Yeah.
Rachel's around. So
Thank you. Well, I mean, I don't want to disappoint tonight, so always like lower your expectations, and I feel like we're gonna be okay.
I have
yeah.
no
And we're just glad you're
expectations.
here no matter what.
I
I'm
already
glad
know
to
you're
be
gonna
here
do
too.
so well. I've been
Oh,
like,
you're so
I'm
great.
in it. I'm tapped in. I'm ready.
Rachel, do you want to give a quick elevator pitch on what you're all about and who you are?
Yeah, sure. So I am an angel communicator, which means that I connect to people's angels, which sounds self-explanatory, but it's kind of different than what you might think because we're actually gifted a couple of angels at our time of creation and they're not human. So I talk to those beings, which is really awesome. And then I'm a psychic medium, so I talk to dead people all the time. So my job is to connect you to people that you're missing, sometimes to give you information or closure or to just get that validation that when you have felt them around you or you've seen maybe a cardinal or something that you know, yeah, that was them. So I'm a liaison. I'm in the middle between you and spirit.
Okay.
That is me, rachelcorpus.com. If you want to
Yeah.
learn more about me and hear my story and all this stuff. So,
That's so
Yeah.
awesome. Maggie's gonna be red tonight.
Yes.
oh, okay. So Maggie, do you want to go ahead and get
Do
to
we
it?
just go? We
Yeah,
just go.
Just go.
Just
get
so,
it. I'm ready to go. I'm a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm ready.
It's okay to be
So I
nervous.
see two things coming through. I see that there's some information from your angels coming through. I think about your livelihood, about your creativity. Then there's somebody that you talk to today on the other side that you're like, hey, show up tonight. Like in your car on the way over here.
Go
You
ahead.
did.
I read that online. If you're gonna cry, you just do.
Oh, but you can cry.
You're right.
It's okay to cry.
there's
gonna
There's
be-
strength in showing our emotions. That's okay. So who's the person that you want to contact
My
tonight?
brother.
Oh,
And I was
seriously?
in the car
Oh,
on the way
babe.
here, like, Like
Show
you've been
up.
a brat for years and I've been trying to contact you, so like can you just do me a favor and like come through tonight? Mom's gonna be watching. I like need you to
okay.
show up.
So the first thing you need to know is that he's always showing up. You might change your expectations about how he can come through, because I don't really know the full capacity of what we're like when we're not locked in these bodies. I know it's great, but I know that there are some limits. So for instance, when I was a little kid, I'd say, okay, great grandma, if you're here, flicker the lights. Well, that's not easy for them. And so when we ask for them to come through, we have to look for that. And I see that your brother comes through in a lot of ways, and sometimes you see it and sometimes you don't. So he's going to use some things that, first of all, you're going to notice right away. Like he comes through, if there's a hawk or an eagle in the sky, he's one of those guys that will help you notice that. Also, he's with some other people. He cracks open a beer, which is my spirit from my sign from spirit that he coexists with other people that you know that have passed. So he's not by himself. I think that's helpful for your mom to know that he has, and for you, that he has crossed over, meaning that he's not locked in this dimension anymore. He is in the heaven dimension. So he's in a place of peace and wonderfulness and all the things. He's often, I'd say mostly by your left side. So that's where I see him right now. He's kind of behind you to your left side. He does mess with your hair sometimes. So I don't know if you ever feel that, but it's like one piece of hair moves and you just kind of get a shiver. That's him standing by you.
I do that all the time at work. I'm always like, ugh. And
You
everybody's
get
like,
the
what's
chills.
wrong? And I'm like,
that's
felt
him.
so weird.
Because our bodies don't always know how to process spirit standing next to us. So we get goosebumps or we get a chill or something. That's your brother. So if you're busy, you're gonna miss that, right? So he's there a lot. He's kind of a shit.
Yeah.
So sometimes he tries to make it really obvious that he's around by moving stuff. So if you just have something in your hands, but you can't find it, he's able to do that, which is pretty amazing. I think it's kind of like mind blowing. You know, spirit can move pictures from one place to another. They can move money. They can move your comb or your hairspray, like, and then put it back. So I have a lot of stuff going on in my chest area. Do you mind sharing what his passing was like?
Yeah.
And you don't have to.
No, it's okay, because I think that's really true. I don't think we super know quite what happened. He went in for a sinus surgery and something went wrong, and like when we were in the room when he died, it was a lot of like he couldn't breathe. It was like he was drowning in water.
Yes. So I want to share from his perspective what that was like, because I think it will really help. One of the jobs of our angels is to be there at the time of our passing, and they do a lot of good work at that time. So for your brother, what you saw was him struggling for breath. Like, this is what he's showing me. This is what I look like, Rachel. He was trying to get air. He saw that. He doesn't remember feeling it. His angel said, okay, baby, you don't need to feel this to know what's going on. So they scooped him out. He's showing me this memory of his final minutes from outside of his body, which is amazing to think about. But there's no reason why he needed to feel that panic and pressure. So it's like his body was on autopilot. His body was doing what it needed to do in that moment. But there was no reason for him to feel it. He saw it, but he doesn't remember feeling it. What he does remember is the other stuff in the room, what you were saying to each other, that surreal, like, time was really stretchy. And it seemed like it was going fast and slow at the same time. He also remembers that at some point, so you were sitting there holding his hand, and then mom was on the same side as you? What am I looking at here?
Yeah.
Okay. So he
Oh, jeez.
remembers looking at your faces, and then behind you, it's like the room disappeared and it was filled with light. And it's like the best summer beach sunlight you can imagine. And that was heaven. It was the next dimension. He asked some questions. Where am I going? He says that his angels just smiled at that because he knew. I mean, this young man had enough old soul wisdom that he knew he was going to be okay. And he already saw the outline of people that I think just intuitively he's saying he knew it was family that was there waiting for him. Like you're
died. Sorry, I think my headphones died.
okay. That's okay. I took a break so to get that back on
Okay.
there. So his passing, what he remembers is different than what you saw. And when you go back to that memory, my prayer for you, my hope for you is that you receive peace from knowing that he didn't feel any pressure. He didn't feel any panic. His body was doing what it needed to do. And also, everybody has their quirks, right? We have relationships that are complex. Your brother has never stopped for a moment worrying about you, wondering what's happening. And in that moment, when he could have said, "All right, show me everything, I want to go," he paused and he said, "How is everybody here going to be? How's my mom going to be?" And what I hear someone besides the angels saying, which I wonder if it might be a grandparent on your mom's side. I wonder if that might be her dad or her grandpa. I hear a male voice saying, "We'll teach you how it's done." And so they were saying, we're going to teach you how you can still come through and how you can still be there for your family. And I understand it's not the same as calling him. It's not the same as hugging him. It's beautifully different because he's always there. He kisses your mom on the cheek, quick, just a quick little kiss right there on the cheekbone. For you on the left side, sometimes he'll like push up against you. This is a silly question, but do you ever lose your balance like randomly? You're just walking and then
Literally all the time.
I think that's him being a shit. I think he's pushing you over a little bit.
It's like I'll try to walk on curbs and then I like got it and then I like go and I don't know why.
If it's not him, he's laughing at you. As long as you're okay, it's hysterical to him. And it's almost like he'll choose the right moment for it to happen. And here's what it looks like. I think he gets the sense that you're thinking, "I'm about to trip." And he's like, "Yeah, because I'm about to push you." And then he pushes you over. He's, why? So spirit communicates sometimes through sharing memories or just their words with me. And sometimes they show me symbols. So I want to share with you the pictures he's showing to me, and no pressure here. You don't have to understand them, but I do want you to hear them so you can kind of unpack it later and figure out what this might mean. So he showed me the cracking open of the beer before, which is our sign that he's not by himself. He's with other people. Also, he shows me a bunch of cereal boxes. I don't know what that's about. It's like a big bowl, a bunch of cereal boxes. There's cereal mixed together, and then there's some really cold milk or something. Does that mean anything to you?
Well, I know he really loved milk, and it would always gross me out because he'd drink like a gallon, and he would just take it to the table and drink out of a gallon.
It's
I was like,
right
I
there.
think you're kidding.
Yes, gross, like a frat boy. Yeah, that's what he shows me. So I think that's spirit will tell us things that are validating, so you know when they say that, oh, that's them, because only they would know that. And I think that's his way to come through with like it's a big bowl and I can see the milk there with all this cereal in it. I think that's him reminding you, like, remember that time? Remember all those times I grossed you out, like chugging the milk? Did he ever put ice in his milk?
I think sometimes he did after basketball practice, which is like really extra weird.
It's weird because he's got like a tall see-through glass, like a glass. It's filled with cold milk, and then he dumps ice cubes in it. I don't know that I've ever seen that before. Tattoo?
No tattoos.
Okay.
But
what
I
is he?
I have a lot. I have a tattoo with his name on it.
That's what he's showing me. So he touches my wrist, which is my symbol from spirit that when you got that tattoo, he got the same tattoo
it's on my
with
wrist.
your name.
And my mom
right
has
here.
it
Can
too.
you show it?
Yeah.
Right here. There
it's
we
a
go.
letter that he wrote, and my mom and I both have it. Yeah.
His tattoo is your name, and there's some names there. It's like it's one name and then the letters that are shared. It almost looks like a crossword puzzle. So he's got a lot of names on there, and then there's a bird on there as well. So he definitely chose his own version of that tattoo because it's names. It's not a saying, it's names. And then I see kind of an outline of some. And I wonder if it's the eagle that he's showing me, because he came through first showing me, hey, this is one of the ways I show up. when you see a hawk or an eagle or a big bird or something, that's me because I like them. It's as simple as that. And, if you think of the eagle and the hawk, they're high above, they're floating above, there's some poetry there as well. What do you want to say to him?
I want him, I just want to know, is he with my parents?
Is your mom not living, honey?
No, I just mean, like, is he around them? Like, I feel like they're so sad.
Sometimes when we lose somebody and they sit by us, our body starts the grieving process all over again. It feels like another goodbye is coming. And sometimes when your brother sits by your parents, that's what happens. Some of their sadness is coming through his visits. So sometimes when he comes through, he stays kind of by the corner, stays a few feet away because he doesn't want to start that over and over again. But he's always there. He's in the room. He's with them. He knows, he says that he knows more about your parents than he could have known in a body because he's there hearing their conversations when he should. I mean, he definitely, your spirit has to respect privacy, but he says that he's gotten a chance to know his parents as humans and not just parents. And he says how meaningful that's been for him. And also, there is no time in heaven. His growth is rapid, fast. So as your parents are grieving and they need comfort, your brother is able to step in and comfort them with the same energy that grandparents might have. He holds them in a way that if you saw him do it, I think it would bring you to your knees, because this is the best part of your brother coming through for your family. What's your dad do for a living?
He's like a handyman.
Okay. I can smell oil.
Yeah.
I can smell the oil in the workshop, it's pungent. And your brother gives me that smell so that I know he's with your dad when he's working. Just so you know, he's saying, I'm there. I know what it smells like. I know what it sounds like. He will sit by your mother when she watches, your mom while she watches TV. I said mother, he corrected me. He says it's mom. When she's watching TV, that's one of his favorite times to sit with her. And he just likes to be around her. And sometimes your mom will have her hands in her lap or something, and he'll reach over and he'll actually put his hand on her hand. And just like you feel kind of those shivers when he's around, your mom and dad might feel something like that when he's close to them. He comes through for your mom when she's watching TV because she's kind of distracted. So he knows he can sit by her without making her sad. And it's not always going to be that way. There will always be grieving. There will always be an element of sadness, but at some point he'll come close to you all and it won't restart that grieving process. How long has he been gone?
It'll be 8 years in December.
Okay. So usually, about the 10-year mark, the
Yeah.
12-year mark, it starts to shift a little bit and you're able to think of more happy memories without it then switching to sadness. It is coming. You're grieving. Let's look at it this way. Sadness and joy are now married together when you think of your brother. So you have joy, sometimes it's going to turn to sadness and vice versa. But he's there for all of that. I also want you to know that when we cross over, we take our emotions with us. It doesn't become a Disney movie. He's grieving as well. And that's not to make anybody sad. That's so that you know when he's missing you, when you're missing him, he's missing you as well. It's matched. So there are times that you can talk to your parents about this. There are times that he just pops in their head. And when that happens, and for you, it's because he's thinking of them or he's just walked in the room. And sometimes he needs to do that because he misses you, just like you miss him. He is in that beautiful place of peace. He's calling it heaven. So I'm going to call it heaven with him. And that existence for him allows him to still grow. He's still been learning, evolving. He's a very natural teacher. I see him. Do you know what he was going to do?
I think he wanted to do like urban planning.
Okay. I see him around older kids, maybe college age, people who had crossed over. And so their learning had stopped here on earth and he's there. It's kind of like a mentoring thing. I don't hear him sharing a lot of content. It's just kind of let's sit together and I'll show you the ropes. Here's how it goes. He's playing a lot of music, so music might be one of his signs for you.
Yeah.
He's playing his favorite songs for all of these kids. They look like they're college age to me. So he's still working. He's still growing. He's with your family on the other side. He's got a place where he lives, and all of that is happening parallel to you. So at any time you can reach your hand across and say, all right, I want to feel you. At any time you have full access to him. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you lost your brother.
Yeah.
This loss, I want you to know that no experience that we go through is lost. It all means something. We can make something of it. And your angels say that you have truly made something of this because you do so much that honors your brother. You will be doing henna on someone and something looks beautiful and you think of your brother. Whether you realize it or not, the way you live your life is honoring him. You're making him proud all the time. Also, for you, it seems like when you're sad, your creativity comes out. I think that's like how you heal yourself. Mm-hmm. That's your own self-therapy. And that's noticed. Your brother sees that, your angels see that, and they're very, very proud of you. You lost a friend as well, or did he lose a friend? He's standing next to somebody who I don't think is family.
When he went to college, I didn't know a ton of his friends, so I don't know.
Is this person maybe connected to you? Did you lose somebody in high school? There was water involved, I think.
Well, we lost a cousin in a car accident.
Okay.
And they were tight. That might not be it. But I've never really lost anybody but him.
Okay, when this accident, I have water splashing on my face. I mean, it could be a Coke. It could be something in the car. I just have a quick splash of water. It very well could be your cousin. What's the name?
His name was Lane.
Okay. And was he 19 when he passed?
I think he was like 13 or 14.
Okay. I imagine and I believe that he's with your cousin a lot. This looks like it's somebody else. So it might be a friend of your brother's that you didn't know, or you might think of it later, but there's somebody else that he hangs out with and looks different to me than the rest of your family. I want to pull the cousin forward, please. This is Lane, right?
Yeah.
So who passed first? Was it Lane?
Yeah.
Okay. When your brother saw your cousin, he looked different. He had grown. Mm-hmm. And I hear them for a minute, like your brother says, who kind of turns his head, who are you? And he says, I'm Lane. Like, come on, I'm Lane. And I feel like that's the person who showed your brother the ropes. This is how it goes here. So that's how they connect. Your brother's kind of one of those people that everybody knows him, but he only has a couple of really close friends. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of the way it is there as well. It seems like I can see him walking, everybody saying hi to him like he's big man on campus. But he's got just a couple of people that he spends most of his time with. And I feel like that's grandparents. I really do. I think that's grandparents, or it could be great grandparents, but they're definitely connected to your mom and your dad, and they're older. So that's it. That's how he's doing.
Good.
Do you feel good about it?
Yeah, I always wondered if he was okay. I guess I felt like
Absolutely.
I knew he was, but like,
yeah,
I don't know. It's different to like hear it.
More answers on his death?
Did he know he was going to die? Is that a weird question to ask?
No, nothing is a weird question to ask.
I just had a weird conversation with him the night before he went in for surgery, and I just always wondered if
think
that
he
was
got
like...
spooked. I think he got spooked. What he's showing me is something that he read. Like, you know, you go in for a routine surgery, a small surgery, and then there's a line where you sign for the anesthesiologist that like there's a warning of death. That spooked him. That's where that conversation came from.
And that's what killed him. So it makes sense.
It's the anesthesia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You also are sensitive to medications. this is in your DNA. So it's just something to watch out for. So ask more questions, ask what's it going to be like when I recover. Anytime that's part of your health care, anytime there's a prescription given, your family seems to process it differently. And that can be for a variety of reasons that we don't have to get into right now, but that is something that he's showing me. Also, your brother's an old soul, so if he was going to go under, it wouldn't surprise me if he would just say, I'm just going to tell him how I feel, just because I feel like I should, without having a premonition of his passing. He's just the type of person that would say, I'm going to tell him how I feel, because I am. I think his angels knew, though. I think his angels knew, because they're taking me to the operating room, and they're there awfully close to him, closer than I usually see when someone's under the knife. I usually see the angels kind of at the walls, and they are right there. And so I think they were waiting for when they were needed, when they were going to pull him out. So I think they might have known that it was a possibility, because I see them awfully close. No, I don't see mistakes. There was too much anesthesia, but I don't think it was like a second dose given or anything. It's just, there's no mistake there. It just was too much, or he had some reaction to it.
He did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So when I hear him say that, it's because he wants people to hear it's nobody's fault. Nobody could have, he needed this procedure. He had to have
Yeah.
it. It needed to happen. So
Yeah. It's like I have so much I want to say, but I don't want to cry.
Oh,
Just say it.
cry.
It's okay to cry.
Gosh.
you can say whatever you want.
I just know my mom thinks it's her fault because
nobody's
she
fault.
was the one that signed him up for the surgery, and she says it a lot how she shouldn't have done it and all of these things, but
He says, tell my mom she was being a good mom by making me do this. I needed that, and it's not her fault.
yeah.
She was doing her job as a mom. And think about the many times she pushed him to do the right thing. That's her job. This time something happened. And if it's our time to go, it's our time to go. And I want that to release your mom from feeling like she caused this.
Yeah.
Because if it was time for your brother to be somewhere else in the next dimension, and I imagine that's what happened, something was going to take his life.
Yeah.
And I only say that to you because that's kind of a big idea. That's a big thing to get into. I only say it so your mom can hear it wasn't her fault.
Yeah. I think she needs that.
And it's going to take a while for her to hear that and believe it, because things like this get into our fiber. It's in our DNA. Please know that. Okay. He says, that's why I'm with my mom so much, because he's trying to tell her that he's okay. And I wonder if she's even heard him say mom in the house, just like that, mom, because he's right there trying to tell her I'm okay. And when we can't hear spirit very well, that's when they send the symbols.
Well, and she's so convinced herself that like after he died, she convinced herself that he's just gone. Like there's nothing else, that it's just done. Like she'll never see him again, even like once we're dead. She thinks it just is, it's just dust to dust, I guess. And she'll never
But
ever see
that's
him
okay.
ever again.
That's okay. If that's where your mom is right now, honor that.
Mm.
And someday it'll be different for her. And we all say different things or believe different things to get us through. But my hope is that hearing this information from your brother lets her know that not only do we go on, but we thrive and we continue to learn and to grow and to watch over our family.
Do you want like any more signs that it's actually well? Because I know you were kind of wanting to see something like that or hear
I
something
mean, the
like
tattoo on the wrist, I think, is kind of trippy.
that. Okay.
For sure.
Kinda
Because
nailed
that was
it.
the first one after he died that I got, and it was a whole thing. And then my mom got it, and yeah.
Which probably, does your mom have other tattoos? I mean, that must have been a big deal. Okay.
She has one, but I mean, like, she's like 50. So, well, she's older than 50, but she'd be mad if I said it. But yeah, it was like a big deal because it was the first visible one.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. What's the song he uses to come through for you?
I feel like anytime I hear like Mumford and Sons is it, and my mom can't listen to them, and it just makes me.
It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's okay.
For sure. Anytime I hear them, I'm like, oh, okay, that's him, I think.
That's him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Singing along with it.
Yeah.
Loud.
He was a rager.
Yeah,
He
it's
loved
loud.
them.
It
Yeah.
was almost kind of like yelling
He
it.
was a diehard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mumford
He
or just
loved-
music in general?
Well, I think Mumford and Sons was his first like into that kind of music, like music with banjos and harmonicas, and
Love it.
then
He's
ever
jammy.
since then
Yeah.
he was kind of a hard music hippie.
Yeah.
Kid.
Yeah.
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 And
Okay.
what I thought was also interesting was like when you said, well, when we asked you about how you started henna, and it was after he'd passed away,
Yeah, I wasn't creative until he died. I really wasn't at all.
which really was hit.
She was
Weird
going,
how
she
that
was going to
stuff is
nursing
born, right?
school.
I say all the time, like my life, I mean, I know life changes after things like this, whatever, but
Yeah.
I had such a different life path that I thought was my life path before
Oh.
he died. And then as soon as he
Yeah.
died, I was like, none of this makes me happy. Like at all. And I shifted.
Yeah.
And then it's now like,
Yes.
I'm so happy.
She had said the sadness, your creativity comes from your.
And I can see
that's
that
how you're
because-
healing yourself.
And
like,
now I'm so much better than I used to be. Like I used to be so sad all the time. It really like hindered my life in a lot of ways, but I made so much stuff. And now that I'm happy and have friends and like I'm not over his death, but like that I'm getting like I'm coping a lot better. I don't create as much because I'm happier, I guess. It's like a weird, and I get mad at myself that I'm not creating, and like it's a whole thing.
That brings me to the cards, if it's okay.
Yeah.
So I pulled some angel cards, and the deal with angel cards is it's another way to talk to spirit. So I've asked your brother to stay in the room to help me with this message. And before I was on with you, I just listened to the very beginning of the show and I heard your name. And then I started to pull cards for you. So these are meant for you. Your angels, they asked me to do, I missed one. Hold on a minute. Got it. So your angels are asking me to tell you that you're in a different season of your creativity. So it was fueled once by how do I get through this? How do I dive into my work so I can feel better? You've changed seasons now. Now your creativity is coming from a lot of different sources. So they're wanting you to, I picked the visualization card. They want you to dream a little bit. They want you to just go outside, sit silently, take a nap, and set the intention. That's another one of your cards. Doesn't show up very well. Set the intention that as you rest, you're going to receive more ideas. Those ideas will come from your angels. They'll come from your brother. They'll give you ideas. And you might not have to see the picture in your mind for the idea. You might just get it and store it in you till you're working on the next person and it comes out freely. So they're aware that things have changed for you a little bit, but you're just in the next season, and that's gonna come up again. You come from a really long line of hardworking women.
Yeah.
That's in your ancestry. So
For
when
sure.
you feel like I haven't been doing as much, your layer of judgment and self-talk can get kind of negative. So you got to be really kind to yourself and just say, all right, it wasn't the day. I wasn't supposed to create today. I'll do it another day if I feel like it. It's going to be totally fine.
Yeah.
Did you hear that, Maggie? One more time for
Loud and clear. Message received.
for the Maggies in the
Good.
back. Yeah.
Yeah.
you beat yourself up about like not like
I know. I'm trying to
Getting s-
like
Yeah.
be nicer about it to myself. I
Well,
guess.
it's hard. It's really hard to be nice to ourselves. It seems like that should come naturally, and it really doesn't. We've got to work on it.
Yeah.
And with that comes creativity, because you're going to be caring for yourself, and you will be more open to inspiration from spirit coming to you. I hope this helped tonight.
A lot. Yeah, it helped a lot. Yeah.
I'm
Feels good,
so
doesn't it?
glad. And thanks
Yeah.
to your brother for coming through.
Yeah, thanks, Will. You.
Thanks,
He
Rachel.
just punched you. He just punched you on your left side. Like, no problem.
He's like, okay, good.
Thank you so much,
Right.
Rachel.
Yeah,
You're
thank
so
you.
Thanks, Rachel,
Yeah.
as always.
Anytime. All right. Take care. Bye.
You too.
Thanks.
Goodbye,
Bye.
Bye.
I got real hot.
I know, but it'll make you hot, doesn't it?
I
I
feel
feel
like you
like-
gotta be sweating.
Ooh, yeah,
Ooh, yeah. What do you think?
good. I don't like crying. I get real hot when I cry,
It's
and then
okay.
I'm like, woo,
Yeah.
woo.
Nobody
But
wants
no,
to cry, but
It was really good. I've never had. I literally was like on the way
Mm-hmm.
here. I was like, you better do something.
Yeah.
And she came out hard.
yeah. Well, the tattoo
Yeah.
was kind of the marker
Yeah,
for me. That
same
was.
arm, same.
You always
place.
want a little something you can hang on, like,
Yeah.
because all the things she said were true,
Yeah.
but the like the visible ones. That's a
Because I feel like it's hard, and it's always easy to be a skeptic. Everybody's a skeptic of something like this because you hear of so many people that do,
know
do-
somebody whose cousin
Right.
knows someone who does it.
right, and how they've had bad experiences and so on. But I feel like until you've actually had a very meaningful reading, then it's like, okay, now I don't ever need to question it because everything she says to me is purposeful. Like maybe you'll feel that going forward.
Yeah, and I totally believe in this, and
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I feel him at times, but I don't have a way to like
Channel that.
tune
and-
into
yeah.
it. I guess. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad.
Do you feel like too your mom will like the reading?
Yeah, I think my mom is really harsh on herself a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
About the
everything.
whole story. The whole
yeah.
situation is
Mhm.
tough.
And I think it's just like, I mean, I've never lost a child, so I don't know how it feels.
Well,
but
and it's her
like,
baby. So I mean,
yeah,
how do you
and,
just like? So she's got, I mean, some things, but I think it might be nice to have something to hang on to a little bit.
And I think if she had like a little bit of realization that there is the potential of something like after death.
Yeah. Well, she
Then-
went from like Catholic. I probably shouldn't.
Oh
speak
no,
out on your
she
mother yet.
says it in front of my grandfather, and I'm like, you have to relax. But she went from like hard Catholic, made us go to like CCD, all of these things, and then was like, I'm an atheist. I'm like, no, you're not. And she's like, I'm an atheist. But then she'll see like a homeless person on the street and be like, give him money, what if it's Jesus? And I'm like, okay, see?
Her mom's
What
like,
did I tell you? You're not really atheist.
I
but-
think it's fair to question
I
your
think she's just
higher power.
angry.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
And I feel like I obviously didn't, have the same experience your mom did. But when I lost my dad, like because I used to go to church regularly, and I wasn't an every Sunday gal, but like I still am on a break from it. Like it just
It just kind of shakes
some
you a
it
bit.
shakes you, and it's like you have to get your mind right. And I feel like that's okay too, in my opinion, is to get spiritually right with yourself before
Yeah.
you can move forward to such a practiced religion. Obviously, my kids go to Catholic school, so I mean, we do a lot of that kind of thing. But like to be back to where I was before, I think that will take me some
Well,
time.
and
So
they
I can't
say
imagine your mom.
anger is
Yeah.
like one of the biggest steps in the grieving process, and it'll be 8 years, like right before Christmas, and she's still pissed.
Oh, I bet.
So
I mean,
she needs to like
Yeah,
move
but
Well,
forward.
like-
but
but
I
like
just,
Rich
I
said,
mean,
in
but
her
she's
time-
done so. It's incredible. I mean, it's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Like what my parents have done since Will's death is crazy.
they're still
Because
together.
they're so happy.
But-
I mean, not they're happy for circumstances. That's how, now that I've like tried to explain it, it's like
what do
they're
you-
not happy. No, they're happy, but they're still sad. But they've,
Of course.
you
but
would never
you
guess
mean the work
outwardly.
that they've done together?
Yeah,
Or-
like every
have a foundation
you
for
would never guess
Will
that
and-
anything ever
Oh,
happened.
their foundation.
and just like carrying on with life and working.
My mom just loves life. She like dances in the driveway and like.
Yeah, she's silly. I mean, I've only seen her
Yeah.
on like one Chentro story.
Oh,
Oh yeah, it gets
I
a
mean,
lot more intense.
funny.
She loves
She's-
Jay-Z. She raps all the time.
What?
she's great.
Why can't we
Yeah.
have her on?
Oh, we could.
Oh, you'll get a show.
Okay, yeah. Well,
She
we
literally
need 'em.
told me the other day, this is just a side note, but she loves Jay-Z. And I was like a lot, went to his concert, did not tell me until after. But she's like, do you want to know what I did the other day, Margaret? And I was like, what? She's like, okay, I printed the lyrics out to Young Forever by Jay-Z. They're in my purse. I'm going to memorize them.
I love that
I
about
was
her.
like,
This lady.
okay, Beth.
This is like, see, and I think she should talk to Rachel. I think it's a different perspective than
Yeah.
what you're expecting.
For sure.
Right? Like the the approval to just be like, and she's
Yeah.
being creative with her like wit and humor and love for her family and all the things. So I think it's kind of like I don't think strictly God people necessarily subscribe to angel communicating or psychic mediums. And so then I think that there's a certain, but I think that they do as well. But I think there's a certain kind of hipness and like thoughtfulness to what Rachel does that your mom could get behind.
Oh, for sure. We've talked
her
about
vibe.
her using my appointment.
I think
Oh,
she
yeah.
should.
So, yeah.
I really do. And
Or go
she's down.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She might need one.
Really insightful. And if anyone else wants to get in touch with Rachel, it's at the Angel Communicator on Instagram.
And it was rachelcorpus.com, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
And on Facebook, she's on Facebook as well. Rachel Corpus is incredible, so we know that.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Well, and
She's
it's
great.
a little heavy, like during, I can imagine. I haven't had someone very close to me that I've lost necessarily, but I think that my readings are a little bit different, but they're like, I absorb them later.
Yeah.
You'll leave and you'll be
Yeah.
like, wait a second.
That's
me,
what
it
she
was the
said. She's like,
TV.
watch
Your
again.
mom watching TV. I'm like, didn't you say your mom
My
watches
mom is
TV?
obsessed with Survivor.
yes,
I
and, like,
wasn't
The
telling
Voice.
you.
Survivor.
Doesn't she watch like
Currently?
The Voice or something?
Currently, like
Oh.
episode 75. She loves it. But yes, they
But
love
that's
The
what I was like,
Voice.
okay, I can
She's
see
always
that.
sitting there like this in her robe with her cat and her collar.
Oh,
Yeah.
Aw, that's
She's the
nice.
sweetest.
Yeah.
So she's, and then the other kid, the 19-year-old, you'll have to.
Yeah.
I know.
something
I
will
have
come
to
up
really
there.
think it. But like when he went to school, because he was 3 years older than me. I mean, he made so many friends that like once he died, I had to ask like, who do I need to tell? Because I didn't
Right.
know.
Well, your
his
mom might
friends.
know. And the thing is, when you're on the track of will, and it's really hard to
Yeah.
something might come to
Yeah.
you. You know, we did a group reading, and friends would leave and sort of go, now
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
disconnected, and so you'll have to do a little thinking.
A little puzzle. A
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, should we do K high K bye or should we just close? Because it's 10.
Is it 10?
Yeah.
Darn it, we're
We did good.
Thank goodness you were here, Maggie. This is like, I think we should have this trio more often, don't you think?
Leave your
You're like-
comment in the review section.
Yeah, should Maggie be
Drop a
recurring-
comment.
I have
Yes.
always said radio. I have a face for it.
You're beautiful.
She's stunning,
Stop.
but she does have a voice. For
Yeah.
it.
No, I
Yeah.
have a voice like hello.
Hello.
Girl,
The K by
Hello. Welcome
podcast.
to the K by podcast.
she's our
We
intro
don't know
girl. We
shit.
did not already say that.
But we're trying to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then we also want to plug Allie and Keaton one more time.
Yes, Allie and
Check
Keaton.
them out at allieandkeaton.com. They're they're on Facebook at Allie and Keaton. And also Allie owns a little CBD business. Up
Well,
in
she's in our K high by K by.
Yeah, okay, so
Yeah,
K
so
high,
we'll,
we'll
let's
do
do
that
that
one.
first. Yeah.
CBD.
What do you guys think about CBD?
Love.
K high.
Big fan.
K high all the
hello.
time.
Yes.
The peach rings. Big.
So
big
it's
fan.
at your CBD store or at your CBD store, Edina, EDINA on Instagram, and then it'll link you right to their website, their specific website, and it's great product. It's amazing. They have
If I just
collagen.
need to chill out,
They have
but like not
calming
in a
vape
weird
pens.
way, you know? Like you can just like want to like sit and like feel
Your pets
relaxed.
need to chill.
Yeah,
They have
your pets.
Also, she gave me the cream.
So
the
good.
cream really, really helped the
Yeah.
tension in my
They
neck.
also have stuff for your face.
Yeah, collagen and CBD cream.
Yeah.
There's a big amount of shopping that I need to do on
Yeah,
this website,
for
but
real.
it's in Minnesota because it's allowed in Minnesota,
Right,
but not
but she can
quite
ship
in Des Moines.
nationwide.
Ship
She can
nationwide.
ship here. She can ship to your grandmother in Florida or your cat in Memphis.
Have a look at the
Love that.
Instagram. Why don't you?
Yeah,
Oh,
because
it's
I'm
beautiful.
writing it. And Maggie
Hence
and I
the
are
plug.
working on that
It's
together.
really pretty.
It is really pretty.
so
It's got a
pretty.
very
It's a vibe.
serene,
Yeah.
chill CBD vibe.
That's what
Good
she
job,
wanted.
girls. You kind of nailed it. So CBD is a K high,
K high.
obviously.
Hey, hello.
That's not the name of the podcast.
I want
Not yet. I haven't joined, okay? We're rethinking.
to talk about a real important one: paper straws.
This has been bugging you.
This has been bugging me.
you
I'll
hate
tell
them?
you.
hate.
Ditto, sister.
First
Oh
of
my
all,
gosh, it's
I
so
don't want.
bad.
I would rather have
like-
no straw.
You're like,
And then they,
I know
oh,
the straw. I don't want a plastic straw, nor
cannot.
do I want a paper straw. I will use my own metal straw.
use a silicone.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Thank
if
you
you're
very much.
invested in the movement, buy a metal straw.
And carry it in your pocket.
you can't.
Don't be a
like this-
monster. I mean,
I like silicone. I
know.
don't like the metal tapping on my teeth.
but you
I
have
don't
a
mind it
silicone
as
on
long as-
top of a metal straw.
yes, but I also have full on silicone.
Oh, see, you're
Like
Yeah.
I do
changing
ones for the
game.
aesthetic. They were pink.
Yeah, I know. And I mean, if you've got them at work, then
I
you always
do.
have them. Yeah, and then you've always got them. But then what happens is I take all of them from home because with the smoothie and then the. But I would vote no straw before I would vote paper straw because
Same.
Oh, I can't.
Same. It's like
it's
chewing
like
on
drinking
cardboard.
out of a piece of linguine after
Oh.
a while.
that
Come
is
on with the
real.
and also, I mean, of course, Starbucks is a multi-billion-dollar company, but the cup with the sippy cup, good idea.
Smart.
I mean,
Game
have you seen
changer.
it?
No, I don't go to Starbucks.
Ooh,
Well.
okay.
I
Okay, bye, Laura.
and Starbucks is our next K hi, K bye. We know how
just
Laura
don't go
feels.
So now we're down to 2 guests.
Oh, I know. You don't
You've
go
been
because you're
voted off the
cheap. I know
island.
that's not true.
About that kind of thing. Like I'm not.
She
the-
literally
And
will
you
be
show
like, "Oh,
everybody
you know,
your
I
Yves Saint
don't
Laurent
know.
shoes.
I don't check price tags. You know that.
She's got her Yves Saint Laurent espadrilles on. Girl is not cheap.
She like
But
comes
anyway.
in with her golden goose and she's like, I don't know like how much this popcorn costs. And don't look at the price tags.
I think it's more she's just a fan of Casey's, period. That's why she's there getting the coffee.
That's
Oh,
a fact.
100.
Yeah.
I do get Casey's coffee all the time. I just don't
Hot
have a-
and
It's like
cold?
it's
Can you get
funny
it
how
cold?
you're selective about what you're like cheap about.
I know. This is my husband tells me this all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
Because clearly the shoes.
Sabra hummus, we don't know them. Either A or nothing.
Oh, I
Okay.
know. We only order out hot olives or
Or I'm not
nothing.
eating.
I am not this bougie. See, now I'm off this island because you
I
two are
know.
gonna gang up.
She
on
can
me.
hang out.
It's
She
just
can
like
hang-
if you
can
want
hang.
to
She's-
feel like you lived in
Fadaj.
the Hamptons, hang out with her.
Oh, jeez.
Which
She
I've
likes
always
nice
wanted.
things.
That's why I love working for you because I'm like I'm
Bougie
fancy,
friends.
fancy by association.
Well, so then we know I've learned a lot about Laura just in the last 15 seconds.
Best boss I've ever had.
Well, you've never had any.
Truth comes out. We
But
didn't need
she
Rachel
didn't
to tell
know
us
that because
truth.
she didn't read my resume. I could have put that. I worked for JLo too, and she wouldn't know.
I wouldn't have. I just saw
Yeah.
aesthetic
Quite
on
a
the resume.
coincidence.
No, she didn't even know my name.
Well, she was trying for the
did
baby
too,
fat
Barbara.
position, but that didn't work out. Okay, so
Three's a crowd. Jeez.
I know this happens whenever it's always my fault. I feel like.
Oh, I can handle it. This is the give and take, though. We do this all day long.
Yeah, she's all up in my business.
All the
Does
time.
she
Yeah.
boss though? Like she needs to boss. Does she boss you?
Oh, me?
Not you, huh?
Yes, I do.
Everyone
No,
else.
she totally. Honestly, no, she is a very good boss.
Yeah, because it's hard. It's a hard line, You got.
And it's like important because you go there and she makes you feel like you're her girl. Like you
Yeah.
don't mess with me because you get her and she's scary.
I know. Well, also.
But like in a good way. It's like you stick up for us.
Oh, well,
and
yeah.
that's like a really good thing. I have
Laura
had
is
other jobs.
Loyal, yeah,
and
that's
they
what I was
didn't
gonna say.
do
Laura
that.
is loyal to the cut.
Oh, for
point.
Dodge loyal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You don't mess
that
with me and
means-
mine.
Ha.
Yep.
Nope. Well, that's good because I like to be friends with everyone, and I like to make it. It's always fun, and that's great
Yeah.
for me.
We love
Not
fun.
all the time. I mean, but you gotta. It's hard. It's hard to do both. You
Right.
gotta manage, and you
Yeah.
gotta.
I mean,
right?
I've never been a boss, but I feel like you do a really good job at it.
Well,
Well,
thanks,
that is
Maggie.
so
I
nice.
feel like I'm crappy, but
See,
that's okay.
now you're glad she's here, right? She's giving you all the.
Oh, I'm glad she's here
Yeah.
regardless.
So I have one. I want to talk about boho vibes. Okay, as a wedding designer, as a designer, I want
Oh.
to talk about the boho vibes.
Frick.
Who doesn't love a good boho vibe? I
But
do.
We have to
Let's
modernize
break it down.
people. Let's add some black. Let's
Yes, the
take out the
black, really.
pompous.
Let's narrow the pompous.
Narrow.
But it's hard because
I'm good with
remember,
the dried floral.
we like pompous.
Love it, but like
You gotta.
not so undone. Let's
Yeah. Also,
tie it up
there's
a
more
bit.
color palette, right? Than 3 tones. I feel like.
Yeah.
I just want to. It's just factual, is all
The
I'm
dusty
saying.
rose. I mean, pretty.
but let's add some
Mauve.
black.
Yeah.
Terracotta.
Yeah.
Let's add something else to it.
Yeah, some metal.
Not
or
all
some
earthy.
black
Your
or some-
own.
Yeah.
Like, let's get a little unexpected, shall we? Like,
or clean it up a touch.
clean it.
Yeah.
It's not
Can
so
be
like,
one.
I feel like sometimes you see it as like an unmade bed. You know what I mean? Like, it's
That's
just
like
like,
a really good way to put it, because yeah, you're right. It's like
It's-
you don't really get like it looks like it should go together, but
Yeah.
you're not quite sure where the
in there because then
pieces
it looks
fit.
sometimes it's too messy.
Yeah, I suppose. It's also just becomes like, what if you wanted to switch that up? Then I feel like, do you just have to change your whole home or your whole wedding aesthetic? Like, don't you want to bring in bits and pieces sometimes
Well, I
that are
would hope your
different?
home isn't themed.
100%. Yeah. Well, I think it can be. I think it's
Have you
happened
seen
before.
Kirkland Home Store? You can theme that, okay? They got sections.
Well,
Hannah Ty's watching.
oh hi Hannah.
Never met her, but really love her.
Yeah. Well, so
Lots.
hey, say what up to Maggie, Hannah.
If
Also, guess
ready
what?
to
Teresa
meet her.
says, love Maggie on here.
oh,
Thank you for
one
the
vote.
review.
Yep, one
I
vote,
get
one
to go
vote.
to work
We also have
tomorrow.
one person who gave. Okay, let me give. Speaking of me and mine, to the person who gave us the 4 stars,
On the case.
show your face
I should have never told you that.
on iTunes. I mean,
Laura, just don't even.
I was
You,
like,
ha-
you
you
have
must
five
like.
5-star reviews. And then someone left you a 4, but that's okay. We're working on it.
That's like my Google. That's like a wildflower Google. Just 1 star off.
somebody
from a
gave
perfect
us 1 star on the Vinyl Studio this weekend, and it was the wrong store. They're in Texas. I'm like,
Oh,
replied, I'm like,
excuse me,
"Oh,
please, can you quickly?
one."
Yeah, that Google review stuff. That should be a K high, K bye.
we've talked about reviews before, like if you go way, way back, but we could add it to that. I mean, I have a whole opinion, you know.
We will on the next show. We will.
Me and
Can we
opinion,
talk
Laura
about-
Madigan.
Can we,
Laura's it irritated? You're joking.
can we talk about our next one at all yet?
We have to confirm the time in like the pre-recording.
Okay, but we will do one.
Yeah, the
on,
Midwest Matchmaker.
yes.
Yes,
Did you
we
guys
just
know
have to
there's a
confirm it.
matchmaker in the Midwest?
Yeah,
You
she
do
has an office
now.
in
Go
Des
on
Moines.
Ingersoll and see the billboard.
Yeah, and we have to just confirm the time. So hopefully it'll be next week. It could be 2, but she's definitely in for an episode, and that should be really interesting. And
excited.
Maggie's going to contribute some of those from your friends, your Tinder.
Oh, I got friends with stories.
Yeah, with the like.
Yep,
So
lots.
it'll be a whole
How would
sort
you
of
say?
dating episode.
Yeah, DM like bad DMs from people.
2020 dating.
Yeah,
Yeah.
since Maya
People
and I
you
are
don't
dating.
want to meet. on
Absolutely
Tinder.
not. And praise the Lord. That would
I
be
know.
just
You'd probably be really good at it.
at dating.
Like I just like okay.
Oh,
I
I
mean
know,
not
I'll
like
be
right
yours
now
there.
because you're married, but I'm just saying like you have the personality to be a good online dater.
You'd
Dear.
stay way too long at a date that you didn't like. I can tell you that right now. You'd be there.
Feeling bad
I
for
love
somebody,
it here.
I
Your
know.
shirt is so beautiful.
No, it would be like just I can't. No, it's uncomfortable. I could see the online portion because there would be no chance of ever meeting me in real life.
You just like to connect.
I
You're
do,
a good
yes.
connector.
I'm a
That's
good
why I
connector,
think you
but
would
not
like
with the
maybe
idea
try.
or the notion of it. Like when Eric and I, it was like friends and groups and things. Because like the nerves, I would be nervous.
I know.
I couldn't even show up where he was. I would just be sweating. It would be really terrible.
I hate those nervous sweats.
I get the nervous sweats.
like the first live episode, I sweated.
Like me right now in my hoodie in the light.
You're
Why
all right.
did no one tell me?
I know it's all right. Well, and you were talking to your brother. I mean, it's gonna make
and
you
then
sweat.
it was
It's been a
tears
day.
And, then the boho came. And I was just so
Thanks everybody for tuning
Yes,
in.
thank you.
I'm excited. I feel like we've had a good one, and we're gonna have another good one coming up.
yeah, next week
Yeah.
we'll definitely maybe Maggie can just be
Maggie
our
can
guest.
just come on. I think it's a good
Courtney
vibe.
can't do next week. Well, she could come on anyway. I don't
Yeah,
care, but
no, yeah.
I mean, I'm
So
not.
let's
Anyway,
do it
okay, so
So-
let's round it up and at Allie and Keaton
on
Allie-
Instagram.
Yep, AllieandKeaton.com. That's on Facebook. And then we are at K-Bye Podcast, at the Vinyl Studio, at By Invitation Only Inc. with a
right
K,
here. Yeah.
at Wildflower DSM. And we hope you follow along with us. And we'll see you next week, Tuesday at 9. Or you can catch us on our YouTube channel. Say what?
just set it up.
Hey.
Be there,
now
be
we're real.
square.
Now we're real.
YouTube channel is also streaming live on our website, kbypodcast.com.
Lots of info.
Tomorrow I'll make it live. kbypodcast.com. Be there, be square.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay. Love
Yeah.
you, mean it.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Fly last.